Welcome back. A little more news of the day for all you fine people, thanks to the St. Louis Blues. They have signed Colton Parayko to an 8-year extension that kicks in next year. So Colton Parayko, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he retires as a St. Louis Blue. It's an 8-year, $52 million contract. So $6.5 million is the cap hit. And I love Colton Parayko, so I like the contract. And Parayko's been one of my favorite members of the Blues for a long time. So I really like the contract. I think it's a good deal for both player and team. Is the term long? Yep. Is that what the NHL is doing right now? Also, yep. And so we'll see how that contract goes. I would think most Blues fans will be happy with that, just as they'd be happy to see a return of this in a third jersey form. But yeah, so Parayko, he's staying in St. Louis. Look for other unrestricted free agents for next summer to be signing contracts over the next few months. I really think the smart GMs are the ones to sit down and get this all dealt with before the season even starts. There's some risk to that, of course, but I think there's a greater risk to just saying, well, we'll deal with it after the season, and then the player going, well, I'm almost a free agent now, so I might as well see what all the offers look like. And then they may very well be gone. Or you end up having to pay a lot more money to keep the player. I think on the open market, Parayko would get more than $6.5 million, but that's me. All right, Colorado has signed Jack Johnson to a professional tryout. So Johnson doesn't get a full-on contract. Look for other professional tryouts to be signed. I'm waiting for Dubnyk to get one. And this just means that you go in, you try out for a job, and if you don't make the team and you get cut, the team doesn't find themselves out any money, and then the player's still a free agent. So Johnson on a tryout. We'll see how it goes. The other thing, too, is that you can use a good tryout, even if you don't get a contract with the team that's brought you in, you can show you can still play and get a contract somewhere else. So Jack Johnson trying to show he's still at the National Hockey League level, and I wish him the best. I do. The Islanders, I want to throw in, based on all the other signings today, it does look like Zach Parise eventually is going to sign a contract with the Islanders. It really looks like that's the way it's going, just they haven't announced that yet. And again, maybe they announce it on opening night. Maybe he's just in the lineup card. Maybe Lou Lamoriello's just like, yeah, so he's in the lineup. We haven't signed him to the contract officially until now. And then the puck drops on the season. So Parise is very likely to be an Islanders player as well. Very public figure that has yet to sign a contract. And the rumor has been all along that it's the Islanders who will end up signing him. Now that this is in video form, he'll sign somewhere else. Weird issue here with Chicago. And I'm just going to throw this in at the end. This was reported yesterday and apparently resolved today. Where there was a lawsuit by a Chicago Blackhawks fan against the team for use of facial recognition software, which the team says they didn't do, meaning they scanned them, and there's debate about your privacy as a citizen and all this and all that, and then there's talks as well about other, recognition scans and fingerprints and all this, and the only thing that I would say is it is always wise to know your rights, and to know that if this isn't something that you want to see happening, that you may have a right to say something. But always read terms of service too. I know when I'm reading, I read terms of service on a lot of things because I'm a nerd like that. I learned decades ago, read your terms of service. I always kind of chuckle when I see like a software company saying we don't guarantee the enjoyment of our product, meaning you can't say I didn't like this, so I want to sue you over it. Nope, we said right there, we didn't guarantee the enjoyment of the product, which I think is a way of saying people may not enjoy this. We better protect ourselves. But in this case, the lawsuit has apparently been dropped, and it's done. And he was suing them for, it was going to be a lot of money. I think he was going for like $5,000 per instance of them potentially using it. And yeah, so it was a lot. And again, there are certain situations where this has been happening. But, it's sort of like social media. When you upload something to social media, the social media company may very well own it. It's probably right there in the terms of service. As soon as it's on their platform, that becomes their property as well as yours. And then they can use it for promotional materials and things of that nature. So yeah, so the Hawks resolved this. There is, of course, the other suit that's out there. We haven't heard anything in weeks on that. At least I haven't seen anything in weeks on that. And so that's still out there. But this one's done. This one apparently is resolved. So one down. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And I can't state enough, always read terms of service. I know how dry it is. I know how long it can take. People don't read terms of service. You've got to read those. Anyways, there you go. Thanks again for all your support. I'm mildly nervous about tomorrow a recording for the Steve Dangle podcast. I find myself kind of nervous today about that. Kind of a nervous energy with me. So it just, yeah. Anyways, so I'm looking forward to recording that tomorrow. And yeah, that should be fun. I like Steve. I get along with him. And the co-hosts on the podcast seem like really good guys too. So should be fun. Anyways, there you go. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for all your support. As I said, I will talk to you again soon.